Now, this should matter to you. FBI Director Christopher Wray, all right? He goes to Congress, and he wanted to be there this time, okay? It's not like they were calling him to the carpet. He was actually calling them to really take something seriously. The threat we face from China is more imminent now, in the opinion of the top cop of this nation, than ever before. Why? Listen.
China's multi-pronged assault on our national and economic security make it the defining threat of our generation. There has been far too little public focus on the fact that PRC hackers are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines, our transportation systems.
Here's the good news. I think Congress gets it. And we have a guest here who's going to be pivotal in the discussions about what to do about it. All right. So, ranking member of the House Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party, Democratic Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi. It's good to have you.
Thank you so much, Chris.
So, Raj, was there consensus, to your understanding, among right and left that this matters?
100%. Yes. Everybody, I mean, you could hear a pin drop. People were listening intently on what Christopher Wray and Paul Nakasone and other very distinguished witnesses were saying, which is that the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, has pre-positioned or is attempting to pre-position malware in critical pieces of infrastructure, not to collect intelligence,
right,
but to potentially damage or destroy the infrastructure and, you know, basically in the process harm a lot of Americans.
This ain't a balloon, in other words.
No.
So, two questions. One, the reach out directly. And should that be the White House? Should be a letter from Congress? Should it be here? You know what I mean? How do you say to China, are you going to own this? Or are you going to say this isn't you? You know, don't you need some kind of confrontation here?
We can already attribute it, and that was confirmed by Christopher Wray as well as Nakasone. We can attribute all this malware to the CCP in their campaign called Volt Typhoon. The more difficult part, Chris, is destroying all the malware, because it's in all these different pieces of utility that are locally owned, sometimes owned by private operators. And so you got to raise awareness, and I think that's what they were trying to do here at this hearing.
Why isn't this seen as an act of war? If they were to shoot and destroy, God forbid, the power grid of Baltimore, okay, you guys would take it one way. This, they can do just as much damage, but there seems to be a nonchalance about cyber warfare. Why?
If that malware were activated, causing any kind of damage, it would be an act of war. And that's what Paul Nakasone said. It would be engaged at the level of a war, and there would be a response. And that's something that I made clear in my testimony, or in my question line, which is, you know, look, CCP, what goes around comes around. Don't do this.
And they say, yeah, you do it to us already. And this is the kind of new state of play on the espionage level. But I think it has larger implications, as does the question of who decides how America responds and when. So you take this issue, and it really does lead us right into President Biden supposedly has said, I've agreed on a plan with the military. We're going to go after Iranian assets, really their proxies assets in Iraq and Syria. No mention of them going after Iran's command and control assets. Why is it okay for a United States president to really take military war actions against a foreign entity without Congress's approval?
I don't think that's okay. There's a difference, okay? The president has the inherent right to defend us, certainly against a present attack or an imminent attack, but any kind of offensive operations, and certainly a war, that is clearly within the purview of the Congress, and certainly the War Powers Act. And so I think there's a lot of people here in Congress who are like, don't start invoking the 2001 and 2002 authorizations of use of military force related to 9/11 or Iraq. That has nothing to do with
But the House won't do what the Senate did. The Senate, maybe they're earning back their idea as the deliberative body. They said that the two authorizations for use of military force, AUMF, the ones from the late 90s and the early 2000s, they're done. The House won't take them up. And they won't do that. And it seems like you guys are okay with presidents doing this because it takes the pressure off you.
There's probably some truth in that. I voted to repeal it. A lot of my colleagues did as well in the House, and it failed. I think we have to repeal them, get them off the books so that, the president's...
They got to come to you. He's making plans. He's saying, yeah, we've figured it out. Without you?
Exactly.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.